There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break. So make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.
Mellow moments, and here we are back with our hug in a mug, our coffee of choice. Let's take a sip of the Mellow Birds and think about all of the mellow things that you can be mellow about. You can be mellow about marshmallows. You can be mellow about clouds. You can be mellow about cotton wool. You can be mellow about the wool of a sheep. You can be mellow about, well, many, many things. Anyway, let's have a look at what's on the box today.
In the MFI summer sale, there are new bargains here, new bargains there, new bargains everywhere. MFI, it's just too good to miss.
The other evening, Mr. Kipling dropped in on our bell-ringing practice. I like to ring the changes myself now and again, he said, unpacking some of his almond slices. Light short-crust pastry, a delicious almond and jam filling, and a sprinkling of almond flakes on top. They asked for some of these, said Mr. Kipling, and...
Oh, I could kill for some of them. Fortunately, I don't have any Mr. Kipling's 6 almond slices on me right now.
By the sound of it, it was an exceedingly good wedding.
Here, do yourself a favour and get down to the Riyadh exhibition at Olympia. It's amazing. There's a real Arabian desert, there's laser beams, thoroughbred camels. Oh, the kids will love it. And admission's free. So you can take your bird. Sorry. Take a ride to Riyadh, the Saudi experience, at Olympia from July the 30th to August the 10th.
Riyadh, okay.
Doesn't look like anyone's going to take us home. There's so many fancy things in these toy libraries, they don't want cuddlers like us. Take Stephen. Since they made him that special toy, he's forgotten me. As for Jenny, forget it. Hey, we're in luck. Oh.
Don't let the toys go lonely. For details of your nearest toy library, write to Box 33, London SE1 9LT.
On 4 now, one of the most challenging stages of the 1986 Tour de France.
The 6 o'clock show's on its holidays, so Danny Baker gets his own superstar style series. One on fame, one on money, one on pulling the bird.
That was his thing, was it? Danny Baker. Danny Baker. What's that thing he did?
You must watch Big Mouth Strikes Again.
Oh, well, it was only a short one, this. So I'll pull up another one.
The last story in the present series of Hill Street Blues, a feature-length edition, is tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
Now, they had great theme tunes back in the day. Pretty much every TV show had a great theme tune. When was all that ruined? I feel like that was ruined sometime in the mid to late 90s, wasn't it?
No other 5-door hatchback feels like the Peugeot 205.
Now, lots of you will be seeing that the channel that I've taken this video from has rather kind of arrogantly put his own stamp on there, so you can see what the source is. And you'll be thinking, haha, AA Mellow, your secret is cracked. You're getting all your videos from this zombie boy. That's not true. Of all the episodes we've done, this is actually the only video taken from that source. I keep my sources secret. I keep them safe. Let's carry on.
205 feels quick. 205 feels sure.
Oh, what a feeling. 205, 205, 205.
205 feels big on the inside, but small on the outside.
Oh, what a feeling, 'cause you're 205.
205 hardly ever feels thirsty, and 205 always feels incredibly smooth.
Oh, what a feeling.
The Peugeot 205 makes you feel the way it feels.
Peugeot 205.
Peugeot's usually a solid car. You know, I had a car breakdown recently, and I had to have a hire car. And the car I was given was actually quite a big one. It was a Peugeot 3008. But little AAA, my daughter, who's 4 years old, she, for some reason, got it into her head that the car was a mini Peugeot. And the first day I had a car seat, I hired the car seat as well, like the child seat. And she was just, for one journey, she was going, mini Peugeot, mini Peugeot, mini Peugeot, like that over and over and over again, winding me up. It's a mini Peugeot. I don't know where she got that kind of whole idea from, but now every time I see the word Peugeot, it reminds me of that. So.
Prestige Lifetime have thicker stainless steel bodies, solid copper bottoms, and real teak handles.
For looks that last, it's Lifetime, only from Prestige.
What about some nice British pork? Great big chops don't cost a lot.
Deb.
Now, did you notice that in this era, a lot of the messaging was at the working man? There was a lot of specific working man type messaging. It, like, you know, clearly the voiceover was a working man voiceover, or the point of view character is a working man. And I feel like that's something that was dropped at some point in the late 90s too. You don't see the working man advertised at as much these days. Sometimes on the radio you'll get it because I guess they're trying to get the van men or whatever, but there was a lot more of this sort of thing in this era.
Big.
What a lot? Well, not a lot.
They're big.
Now, a check on the programme times tomorrow night. At 7 o'clock, part one of a new two-part story from Knight Rider. At 8 o'clock, the new series starring Jim Davison, Up the Elephant and Round the Castle.
Now, did I just hear that right? Up the Elephant, Round the Castle, starring Jim Davidson. Okay, I'm going to have to start writing these down. There was The Busman's Holiday, Up the Elephant, Round the Castle. We're going to have to try to get hold of some of these shows. I'm going to track that one down.
That's the return of that very popular series for a new series tomorrow night at 8. At 8:30, Hotel, guest star Elizabeth Taylor. The TVI report is at 9:30. That's Bitter Harvest, the report. And at 10 o'clock, that final feature-length edition of Hill Street Blues. So there you are. That's it tomorrow night. Now we come to tonight's closing programme, another in the series, Night Thoughts.
What's this going to be?
Few people have heard of the town of Saidpur in North Bangladesh. Apart from railway workshops, it's run down and overcrowded. Many people came there in 1971 during Bangladesh's War of Independence and have been unable to return to their homes. At that time, it was a tragic place, with thousands dying daily from disease and malnutrition. Even today, it's difficult to find work, especially for widowed and divorced women. I went there recently to see the work of a Christian development agency, the Mennonite Central Committee. They're helping with sanitation improvements and a nurse training scheme. They've also set up a self-help project for destitute women, making jute shopping bags. The women earn a good part-time wage, and additional money goes into a savings account. When they've saved about £140, roughly 3 times the average annual income in Bangladesh, the money can then be used for a business enterprise, buying a sewing machine or a rickshaw to hire out, even soap manufacturing or hiring out catering equipment for weddings. 6 years after the...
I'm sorry to bring the tone down with this comment because it's quite a serious subject matter, but as I've been watching her nose is starting to look not real. You know, when somebody wears those like Karl Marx, those Karl Marx, Groucho Marx kind of fake nose and glasses. She looks like she's wearing the Groucho Marx fake nose and glasses. And it's really, really distracting. I can't get over it.
Project started, over half the women, now numbering hundreds, still earn an income from their investment.
I swear her nose isn't real. Who has that nose?
A simple scheme, but it does work.
That was her night thought. It was just a kind of bit of information about some do-gooding work in Bangladesh. What? That was rubbish, Jan. Her nose was fake, I swear it. Rubbish. Why was that produced? Who had the idea to produce that? They put it together, they spent money on it.
Night Thoughts tomorrow night is at 11:45, and our first programme tomorrow...
Can you imagine being married to or living with this guy? Or just knowing this guy in everyday life? He's like, oh yeah, it's the guy with a TV voice. Is he like that all the time? Does he, does he ask for his dinner in that voice? Does he speak to his kids in that voice? Does he, ask for things in the shop with that voice?
Is Falcon Crest. That's at 1:40. But now we're closing down, so I'll wish you on behalf of Thames Television a very good night and leave you with a last look at the clock. Good night.
He's very mellow, though, isn't he? He would be a fantastic presenter of this show. If only I had a voice like that guy, I'd truly be the man of mellow moments, wouldn't I? We're just going to watch this clock now until the end of the video. You can drink your coffee if you'd like. All right.
Don't
Goodbye,
forget
everyone.
to switch off your set, will you? Once again.
Oh, he came back in. He came back in.
Don't forget to switch off your set, will you? Once again. Good night.
Just in case anybody fell asleep or somebody just intently watching the TV, not knowing what to do next, It's all right. You can switch off your... It's all right, Doris. You can turn off the box now, love. All right, I think that's it. Okay. Bye, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow for another Mellow Moments.
There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break. So make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.